Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Illusion Fox Gaming. So today we are doing uh, the Gunbreaker level 63 quest for better or worse. Radovan has found a citizen of Ulda in need of a bodyguard. The walls that surround the city remind me of my homeland. We built it as a fortress to keep out invaders. Not that it made much difference in the end. Oh, not this again. Perhaps you could lighten the mood by sharing our recent bit of good news? Ah yes, it looks like we found our next client. Nothing's been decided, but a lady named Oriel is waiting for us near the Gate of Thal. We'll meet you there. Where am I going? Okay. I mean, we are a tank. We protect people, or at least attempt to. I do so very badly, but we try. Can't really ask for too much more than that, now can you? You're the bodyguard, right? We need your help. It's my husband. After he walked out, I thought I'd seen the last of him, but now you've got to keep him away from us. I'm not sure we're qualified to settle domestic disputes. Radovan, this sounds serious. Hear her out, would you? Very well. My apologies. Please continue. His name's Gerrart. He won't leave us alone. He keeps jumping out to harass us when we go by ourselves. If we were to go outside the city gates, I'm sure he'd follow us, and when he does, I want you to scare him off. I doubt he'll show himself if he sees you have bodyguards. So we'll wait somewhere nearby. When the moment is right, we'll give him the fright he won't forget in a hurry. Yes, that ought to work. Timm and I will leave through this gate, so you should find a hiding place. It's time that bastard, excuse my language, learned his lesson. Well, looks like we're going to go try to teach someone a lesson, apparently. Remember, we've got the boy to think about. I'd rather not cut a man down in front of his own son, but I will if I have to. You'll follow my lead? Oh, that's more about what's going on. Now I understand better. Get away from her. What? Who the bloody hells are you? Friends of Oriel. Now walk away while you still can. But I only want what's best for my boy. Your boy? You've got nowhere to call him that. He belongs to me. This is your final warning. Bother them again and you won't live to regret it. Ha ha, that'll teach him, and you are wonderful, worth every guild. Thank you so much. Something is off here. It was our pleasure. Something feels very off. There wasn't much for you to do. Your presence lent weight to my words, but most importantly, the client was satisfied with our work. Yes, she did seem rather pleased with herself. Listen to you two. There's no time to explain. We have to follow that woman. Hell's bells. When Sophie gets one of her hunches, there's no stopping her. Why would you bring Timm all the way out here? What are we supposed to do with a runt like this? If we feed him up, he might be worth something one day. She's selling her own child? We've got to stop them. Wait, is that... Enough of this. Stay away from my son. Son, eh? Ha! You should have kept out of this, mate. Too late now. Quickly, we've got to help him. Huh? Not now. Illusion, it's up to you. You saved us. How can I ever... Daddy! Illusion, I let you down. I let everyone down. But Sophie, what happened here? I knew from the moment I met Oriel there was something not quite right about her. It wasn't until later I realized she's a somnus addict. Once it takes hold, it changes you. She was able to keep her addiction hidden from most, but not from me. And probably not from her family either. Yes, I've known for a while, but I had no idea she'd do something like this. Gods, if I hadn't started gambling, this never would have happened. My debt spiraled beyond my control, and she ran to get away from me, and start a new life with our son. The shock of losing them made me realize I couldn't live like that anymore, so I vowed to turn my life around. And I worked my fingers to the bone to repay the money I owed. But by the time I finally found the courage to track down Oriel, it was too late. She had made new friends, the wrong sort of friends, and had to resort to gods only know what to make ends meet. It became too much to bear, and somnus was her only escape. Nothing else mattered to her, not even her own child. So see, if it wasn't only my life I'd ruined, I made her who she is today. That's why I don't have it in me to hate her. What will you do now? Plan to send her to Frondale's frontistery? They can treat people like Oriel, although it costs more than most folks can afford. My savings should cover it for a short while at least. We'll take it one day at a time and see how she responds to the treatment. I know she might never recover, but I can't give up on her. Obviously, she's in no fit state to take a look after Timm, so he'll be living with me. You could have been killed comforting those slavers. If you wind up dead, there will be no one to look after the boy. From now on, you'll have to think before you act. I will, I swear it. Thank you all for everything you've done. That poor child. So his quick thinking may have saved him on this occasion, but I fear his hardships are far from over. I, on the other hand, only succeed in disgracing myself. Again. It's not your fault, Radovan. I think you owe Illusion an explanation, though. Yes, if we are to fight side by side, there's something you should know. Though I served as an Imperial conscript for a time, after I disobeyed a direct order, I was sentenced to solitary confinement for more than a decade. Like many of the inmates, I was forced to wear a Magitech collar. The wardens could use them to administer a severe electric shock anytime they pleased, and please them it did. The paralysis would eventually wear off, but even now, years after removing the collar, my whole body will suddenly seize up. It's as though the pain never left me, and could reawaken at any moment. Thankfully, my condition appears to have improved somewhat since leaving the Empire. Perhaps one day I'll be free of it, but until then, there's no telling when it might strike. Radovan saved my bacon more times than I can count, so it's only fair that I do the same for him. We've been through thick and thin, ever since the first time we met in the Garlean Gaul. I was awaiting execution along with the other captured members of the Resistance, as well as various insurgents and undesirables. Among them were several somnus addicts. Even in Imperial Jail, there were ways to get your hands on it. When I saw Oriel, I couldn't put my finger on it at first, but she had the same look in her eyes as those lost souls. Anyway, where was I? So Radovan has been meaning to escape ever since he was first imprisoned, and was secretly taking a tunnel. A few ilms each night over the course of about 10 years. The thing was, they went the wrong way. Then one night, he suddenly burst through my wall. Why did you have to tell her that? You know I'm far more from proud of my miscalculation. Well, things worked out in the end, didn't they? The other inmates made such a racket when you were crashing in, it drew the attention of the wardens and all hells broke loose. In the confusion, Radovan and I forced our way past the guards, and by some miracle we managed to avoid their searchlights, and finally we were free. Free to return to my wife and child, to my homeland, or so I thought. While I'm running away in Garlean's cell, everything I knew, everything I loved had been taken from me. I should have been there, but I couldn't even. Enough of this. We've spoken over long as it is. Well then, where to next? I think I've had my fill of Ulda. What say we try our luck in Limsa Lominsa? I'm sure a change of scenery will do us a world of good. Yes, I like the sound of that. Let's reconvene at the local Adventurers Guild. Definitely a far quicker quest than the previous one, but I feel this one had far more going for it in every aspect. Oh no, I don't want to go there. I clicked the wrong thing. A city founded by pirates. Now that's a terrible idea if I ever heard one. With all the cutthroats running rampant, I'm surprised there's anyone left. What about the views? The sea breeze? There'll be plenty of time to enjoy ourselves once we've made a few more gil in our pockets. Illusion, we're still waiting for word from the guild, so perhaps you should find somewhere for a few practice swings in the meantime. And so that was the level 63 quest for Better or Worse. Thank you for joining us here this evening for this video. Hopefully you'll join us for either more videos here on YouTube, or maybe you'll come by over the same channel over on Twitch and join us where we stream daily. Till then, have a wonderful rest of your day.